Today we're going to do a bit on the Humvee. What a pile of shit. Nice bit of shit, but pile of shit really.
Very bright. What the hell are you making?
Well, I'll tell you how it goes. On my Humvee I've got these things that take these great big aerials flapping around and a bit kind of goes on, I don't know how it goes. And they crack. And your aerials start flapping around more and more, and then they start whipping people on the street. So I'm making some out of steel.
It took me ages to get it so it could whip people.
That was just shit. I remember I sold an aerial to one of these guys, and anyway, it was flapping around on his van all over the place, and he was on one of these mounts, and he got worse and worse until he went round a corner, caught this bloke under the throat, and killed him. Now, I didn't feel responsible. I think the manufacturer is responsible, and the coroner in the end said it was not my fault, and it was the worst case of vanairel disease he'd ever seen.
Any of our you know, common followers that watch a lot of our videos would have heard you say that a few months ago.
Probably. But new eyes have new ears. Unless they've been round us when we're shooting, not wearing ear defenders, and then they can't hear fuck all anyway.
Pardon?
So the plan is to now got to cut some shots and put some nice little bits in like that, so it looks like the real thing, which is the part number 0063 A3014. The man who designed that is a wanker. He should have made it out of steel, considering a Humvee weighs like 4 ton. If he had had a bit of this on the back, it wouldn't have broken, and it would have been 4 ton and half a pound more. Do it once, do it right. Well, in the rough, they are pretty rough, but they are the right shape. Now we've got to put these bits, so we're looking for probably a bonnet rod. Would do nicely on that. And then we'll clean them up with the grinder, put them on, last forever. Bish bash bosh. And now we're considering what to do with Tank Limo. We have the bloke, I don't know his name. All we know is he's very, very famous, and he's got a second occupation, which we're not going to tell you about. He might want it again in Manchester or Liverpool maybe, and we're not going to take the graphics off just yet. And then we've got another bunch suddenly popped up. They rather liked it in pink, so if we do take the graphics off, we ain't going to take the paint off. And then we're going to get ready to make some really, really nice Tank Limo United Nation ones that will go on big magnetics here. Then we're going to keep the exact dimensions and log them with our graphics man. Then anyone who wants to hire it, they can go straight to the graphics man, and they know exactly how big that is. They know exactly how big that is up there. Maybe a couple of bits there, but you don't want too much on it. It can look too busy. And also on the back wheel, it's important that everyone, on the back door rather, everyone knows how big that is. I'm also thinking of welding this on some studding, so as if our people have soft boards, we can put them on with butterfly nuts. And I reckon that'd be a good little add-on. Make it more desirable. Oh yeah, someone was after seeing what the inside was like. Well, basically it's all trimmed out. That is a proper genuine 432 heater. In 30 years of 1,000 vehicles, I've only ever seen 3. And I have still got the other 2. So if anyone wants a proper Espas diesel heater for their 432, we will cook you. And then this here is a fridge for your champagne. And there was a champagne bucket somewhere. And these will open up for the jacuzzi. Now the jacuzzi is looking sad. It's been outside for many years. Oh, that might work. You'd have to get all the rust off though. Now this is what's left of the jacuzzi. Now, I don't know if you ever saw it years ago, but it has some wonderful experiences. So that's going to be sandblasted, and that hole's going to be repaired. That's where I used to hang my willy out. And just to surprise people, and them pumps at the bottom, they're off a stalwart, so I would imagine they'll last forever. They were designed to be outside and underwater. Obviously new piping. We'll try and get that back into commission to increase nudity at Tanks-alot. Now this is our MAN HX, which was specially shortened and turned into a 5th wheel coupling fast man MOG, and we've been a bit too busy to retail it. But if anyone wants a kind of fast track or a Unimog, a one-off but more power, more comfort, air conditioning and everything else, this is the only one that will probably ever be made. Our man did lend it to someone for testing, and they disappeared, blanked him, blanked me, and run the bollocks off it for how long? months. And we couldn't get it back.
Brought it back damaged.
Yeah, damaged it, all sorts. And trust me, they weren't testing it, they were abusing it and using it and getting as much out of it they could for free. So I wasn't impressed with that. It's got cameras all over it. But yeah, beautiful thing.
It's also
So
compliant for London as well.
it would have been good for Harvard. Is it compliant for London?
For London with London camera system on it as well.
I don't know why. Don't get a lot of harvests in London.
No, but
Anyway, if anyone can use this, let me know. There'll never be another made because Man HXs are so expensive now. But this was made when you could buy a good Man HX for sort of 20 odd grand. But now they're probably treble that. Well, this is the original, made out of aluminium, light as a feather, very weak. And this is our adaptation, made out of steel. Needs a good clean up, but it's much the same. We've got to drill the holes. But at least my aerials won't go flapping around. I'm just doing this one. This is a bit of bonnet rod. We don't waste anything here. And that will be carefully welded in there like that. And that should be about right. Yeah, I'm surprised they're not stronger, but there we go. I've found many things on Humvees to be very weak and fall out. Drive shafts, diffs, all sorts of stuff like that. Ooh, looking good. I should have took this to Polish Pete's. He's got a little hand sandblaster, a little booth. I could have sandblasted them up, which would have been nice on the inside. Still might do it because we've got to go there later on today. Well, there we have the genuine Humvee one, aluminium, and there we have R2 in steel. And they will be big and hefty. And should support the aerial with a bit of luck. And that's this lumpy thing here. I'm happy enough with them. They're going to look great on the back of the Humvee, and hopefully they won't break. That's nice and tight. Now,
That's what she said.
you've got to get the angle of dangle. That's only one done up, and I'm hoping our steel ones will stand the test of time. Tom Dooley, if you're watching, no, I'm not making you any, because it took me bloody hours, and you'll only want to pay £4. Cool. There. No vanairel disease from that one. Just what we need.